Shalom, shalom, peace, peace to the gods, peace to the earths. It's your boy Benaiah, and welcome to the Ascension. I want to start off by saying first giving honor to the Most High Ahia or Yahuwah, God, giving respect to his son Yashar'al or Yahushua HaMashiach, who others call Jesus Christ, our brother, who showed us how to walk this thing out, and giving respect to Ruach HaKodesh, to the Holy Spirit, to the Holy Ghost, the Shekinah. What's up? What's good? Where y'all been, man? What's been up? Been looking for you. Nah, for real. Hey, man, I've been in the lab. I have an elder. I haven't spoke to him in a while, but used to always talk about workmanship. And that's what's been going on. I got something to say. I'm gonna start off like this. All right. This is the book of Nikon, the secret teachings of the warrior sages, right? Intro. Listen to this. There once was a man in China who liked pictures of dragons. His clothing and his furniture were therefore accordingly adorned with dragons. This deep affection of their kind was brought to the attention of the dragon lord, who one day sent a real dragon to stand outside the man's window. It is said that he promptly died of fright. Sometimes in this walk, we ask the Most High to give us everything, to show us everything. We think this spiritual walk, sometimes, we have the impression that it's all roses and that it's all good. But just like the man in China, when you have been pleading, and the Most High has seen your work, and you say, Most High, I want to go higher in the spirit realm. Take me higher. Show me more. And sometimes he'll do just that. And this is where we are. I want y'all to stick with me. In this world, we are operating with a GUN. But this GUN is a synonym, and it stands for God, the universe, and nature. Write this stuff down. God, the universe, and nature. Before I even get started, this lesson is probably for about 1 to 3 people. That's it. This lesson is for those, Abdullah would say, the chosen of the chosen, the elect of the elect. Over the last few months, as I've been dealing with things and going through and growing, growing. There's some things that come along with that. You see, there's a separation that's happening right now as we speak. Most people that you know are operating in this 3D world, using their 3D senses, their 5 3D senses. What's that? Touch, see, hear, taste, and smell. And that's how they're living their lives. But there's a separation happening. And for some of you, you feel it. The revolution will not be televised, folks. What does that mean? That means that what is happening, I can't put it on tape. I can't show it to people because it's happening in the mind. It's happening here. This revolution will not be televised. I might get a little emotional during this lesson, but that's okay. I don't care. I can be emotional, but I'm not a pussy. Two different things, right? But as you're going through, you may notice that your separation with this existence is more and more and more. More and more and more. And some of you are physically starting to feel different. I saw last night, and this is just me being carnal. I saw a Supercell last night. Yeah. Watch it. But it's not about that. This is not what this lesson's about. What this lesson's about, we're going to talk about darkness. We're going to talk about the separation that's happening from 3D to 5D, from 5 senses to 9 ether. Listen to me. We all know that we are star seeds. Again, I want to say this. This lesson, please just turn it off. Turn it off now. This lesson is not for everybody. I do not want to confuse folks. The best way I can explain it is in the Bible. With Sodom and Gomorrah, they're like, is there a 1 in a million? No. 1 in 500,000? No. 1 in 250,000? No. 1 in 100,000? No. 1 in 50,000? No. 1 in 20,000? No. There's just one. I'm talking to that person that might be 1 in 10 million. There might be 4 or 5 of y'all in your state. There might be 200 in this country. I don't know. But that's who I'm talking to. The elect of the elect. There are millions of people in this world, right? Billions of people on this earth. Millions of people who feel like they're in some kind of understanding. I'm talking to the teacher's teacher who has no one to talk to. I'm talking to, you might not even be a teacher, just to the one. And you'll know when it's you. But listen to me. The wheat and the tare, that's a spiritual thing, yes. But there's a separation happening right now. Listen. You are going from your 5 senses to this 9 ether. But as that transition happens, you're going to experience different highs and different lows that normal people may not be experiencing. Because this is, like I said, this may be for one person. I'm so glad sometimes. I got 186 people on this channel. The last time I checked before I went on here, I just checked, and it's like 159 days since my last video. That's good. Listen to me. I'm trying to explain to you what's happening. In this 3D world, you have your 5 senses. I can touch you, I can see you, I can hear you, I can taste you, and I can smell you. as we see the planet changing, and as we see the frequency of the planet changing, the sun is changing, everything is changing. Some of you might be like me, and no matter what, it's like thermogenic. You just heat it up. I don't know, but there's a change going on, right? Let me school you or try to help you as to what the Spirit led me to. So you are going from that 5D, that five senses, 3D, touch, see, hear, taste, and smell. But now, there's a sixth sense, and we always knew about the sixth sense. People say there's a sixth sense to where I can feel you. I can feel things around me. The goosebumps go off. That's the sixth sense. But as things are happening, there's more senses. There's a seventh sense. I can feel you. Because now I can feel you, I can remember you. Some of you are starting to remember. And because I remember, now I know. That's number 8. Some of you know. And because you know, now I am. I am. Those are the 9 senses that are being developed right now in this 5D that we're transitioning to. And some of the I ams are here. Some of you are developing and becoming the I am. You watched that movie Supercell and all that stuff. They were just tapped in. They were tapped in. You are getting tapped in. But in this process of growth, remember, this is all about cracking the firmament. Get some spiritual understanding here. The firmament, right, is what the shield is over the earth. We are trapped in this physical shell. And our soul, our spirit, needs to crack that firmament and return back into the heavens. Right? And the same thing is happening here. Remember, the solar system is truly not about the sun, but it's about you. It's the solar system. It's about the soul returning back to the cosmos. The way the sun is the center of that, you are the center of this planetary interior system. You have an interior planetary system. The first level that you would have to break itself is the actual shell. To be able to unlock yourself. Once you break that shell, and you can unlock yourself, now we are no longer bound. Now we're dealing with frequencies and vibrations and light codes. So how do we crack that inner shell? And how, even though I know you're actively going through this evolution, how do you speed up that process? Through darkness and through destruction. Let's get the Bible. Let's go to the book of Isaiah. Let's go to the book of Isaiah. Remember, you have to have a spiritual ear. Isaiah. We are going to Isaiah, the 45th chapter, and we are going to read verses 3 and 4. Listen to this. And I will give thee the treasures of darkness and hidden riches of secret places, that thou mayest know is that I, the Lord, which call thee by thy name, am the God of Israel. For Jacob my servant's sake, and Israel mine elect, I have even called thee by thy name. I have surnamed thee, though thou hast not known me. I want you to go on verse 3. And I will give thee the treasures of darkness and the hidden secrets of secret places. Do you remember when that warrior sage loved those dragons? And the dragon lord was so impressed by him that he sent him a dragon and he dropped dead. Well, when you get in this spiritual walk, not everything is light. Sometimes the Most High is going to put you in that darkness. But he said when you get in that darkness, there are treasures there. I'm going to tell you something that most people aren't willing to tell you. The more we grow in understanding spiritually, although we are light, I am light, we go into darkness. I can tell you right now, I don't know what the Most High is going to have me teaching and doing next year. I'm in a perpetual state of darkness. Even though I am light, I'm in a perpetual state of darkness. And there's highs and there's lows. But in this darkness, when we all truly understand, this darkness is truly a combination of light, but it's dark. It's the void. It's the Ein Sof. Let's go to the book of Jeremiah. Let's go to the book of Jeremiah. We're going to go in this darkness, but the Most High said that there's treasures in this darkness. We were spooked about darkness. You know that there can be no light without darkness. Darkness existed first. I'm not talking about sin, people. If we're still talking about sin, please click off this video. I'm talking about darkness for the one who may be going through these evolutions, and you find yourself in darkness, and you say, well, I've been doing everything. Why? The Dragon Lord was impressed. So as you feel your way through, there's going to be treasures there. I remember in 2019, I was in darkness to the Book of Mormon. I was in darkness to a lot of understanding, but I was still feeling my way around, right? Feeling my way around. And now others who may be in that dark, we are light to others that may be in that darkness, right? But you yourself, have you found yourself in that darkness, but you can't tell nobody because you're supposed to be the guy or you're supposed to be the gal, right? There's treasures there. Don't panic. You're supposed to be there. Because in that darkness is treasure. We are the light. And as you continue to be a light and continue to grow, there's going to be areas that you've never been. And as you continue to grow this way, the Most High is about hierarchy. This whole world is about a spiritual hierarchy. And so the higher up you go, the higher up are the devils, the higher up are the energies, the higher up are the spirits. But you must be tried and true. How can one be a good fighter if he never fought? Sometime we're going to have to see. You might have the potential, but you're going to have to scrap and find out. All right? You're going to have to scrap and find out. And right now, some of y'all scrapping. Jeremiah 1, verses 9 through 10. Then the Lord put forth his hand and touched my mouth. And the Lord said unto me, behold, I have put words in my mouth, in thy mouth. See, I have this day set thee over nations and over kingdoms to root out, to pull down, and to destroy, to throw down, to build, and to plant. You and we cannot go to that other ascension until this understanding and this world is destroyed. You cannot build anything new until something old is torn down. You are in the process of tearing down this understanding. You see, the wrecking ball is so undervalued. You see a building and you want to put another building there, but you can't build and plant until that old building is knocked down and destroyed. The revolution will not be televised, it's here. When this lesson goes out, I want to tell you about an experiment. Look this up. They put chimpanzees on an island. Chimpanzees are monkeys. They put them on an island. And during this time, over the years, one of those monkeys or chimpanzees developed the ability to use like a certain type of tool, right? And then a few months later, on the other side of the world, other monkeys were developing and using the tool. And then before you know it, everyone was using this tool. And they couldn't understand, how is that possible? It's called the collective consciousness. The collective consciousness is assembling. And it's pulling down strongholds. The wrecking ball gets no thanks. Dang. All he does is smack in the buildings all day long. But it's necessary in order for the new to be. This darkness and this destruction is necessary in order for the new to be. Sometimes it might not be able to tear you down. If I can't beat you, I'll kick your dog. So it might be your family. It might be those around you. You might find yourself in situations that a lesser person would have blew their brains out a long time ago. But you push. And you continue to push. Then you got to the point to where you don't even ask why no more. Because you understand that it's necessary. And you just do. When we read these scripts and we read these books, nobody gets out scot-free. It doesn't happen. That's my reality. That's setting in with me. It doesn't happen. Right? But I don't live for this world. As a matter of fact, I will help in the destruction. And as this collective consciousness continues to rise, we will build. We'll be out of here real soon. All right? So now we're operating with our gun. We have the God, the universe, and nature. We have our 9 senses. We see the separation. We understand that it was necessary and it has to be there in order for us to move forward. Let's go to the Emerald Tablets. Let's go to the Emerald Tablets. Let's go to page 30. Sound, frequency, vibration. Vibration, frequency, sound. You know, we talk about this 9 ether a lot. You know what's funny? You ever think about this? 9. And when you make a 9, I should have some scrap paper here. We're gonna have a little doodle time. And when you make a 9 in a traditional way, it's like this, right? Of course, you know, in America, we make it straight in the back, but that's a 9. If you make a 9 and continue to swirl it around, you know, you eventually get that, right? And we know that that's a universal signal. It's a universal sign. But the power of 9. Anything times 9 equals 9. We're getting some divine mathematics. 2 times 9 equals 18. 1 plus 8 equals 9. 5 times 9 equals 45. 5 plus 4 equals 9. One of our greatest minds, Tesla said, you can understand the universe by knowing the powers of 3, 6, and 9. Of 3, 6, and 9. 9 ether, what does that mean? Well, you originally, you know, were a star seed and you come from the cosmos. What color is the cosmos? What color is your melanin? And when you came in, you had certain abilities. In the Bible, when it talks about Adam and Eve discovering that they were naked in the garden, on an esoteric level, we're talking about that when they first came, and they were those 9 ether beings, and they were perfect, but they fell so far from frequency that they fell into this 3D and into their 5 senses, and they discovered that they were naked. What's happening is, we knew we were naked, but now some of you are starting to get clothed with the garments of righteousness. And you're equipping your Merkaba. But in order to get there, you have to go through. Let's read. We're in the Emerald Tablets. What page did I say? Page 30. Know, man, that light is thine heritage. Know that darkness is only a veil. Darkness is only a veil. Some of you are starting to peek through that curtain. And because you're peeking through that curtain, there's a collective consciousness happening. And everybody is starting to peek through that curtain. I'm going to page 17 and 18. I want y'all to listen to this. He led me through the halls of Amenti, showing the mysteries that are known not to man. Through the dark passage downward, he led me into the hall where sits the dark death. Vast as space lay the great hall before me, walled by darkness, yet filled with light. We talked about that. Before me arose a great throne of darkness. Veiled on it, seated a figure of night. Darker than darkness sat the great figure, dark with a darkness, not of the night. Before it then paused, the master speaking the word that brings about life, saying, O master of darkness, God of the way from life unto life, before thee I bring thee a son of the morning. Touch him not ever with the power of night. Call not his flame to the darkness of night. Know him and see him, one of our brothers, lifted from darkness into the light. Release now his flame from its bondage. Free, let it flame through the darkness of night. When you came, and sent, you were freed. Raised then the hand of the figure. Forth came a flame that grew clear and bright. Rolled back swiftly the curtains of darkness. Unveiled the hall from the darkness of night. Then grew in the great grace before me. Flame after flame from veil of the night. Uncounted millions leaped before me. Some flaming forth as flowers of fire. Others there were that shed a dim radiance, glowing but faintly from out of the night. Some were there faded swiftly. Others that grew from a small spark of light, each surrounded by its dim veil of darkness, yet flaming with the light that could never be quenched. Coming and going like fireflies in the springtime, filled they space with the light and with life. I want to salah on that. I want to pause and think. Because as I sit here, sometimes I think about and I try to put my perspectives on those higher ups. And when they look down and they see this earth, this void, do they see you as a little firefly? I'm from Pennsylvania. Back in the day, we used to have lightning bugs up here. And that's what you're supposed to be. A lightning bug in this perpetual darkness. I want to read on. Then spoke a voice, mighty and solemn, saying, these are the lights that are souls among men, growing and fading, existing forever, changing yet living, through death into life. When they have bloomed into flower, reached the zenith of growth in their life, swiftly then send I my veil of darkness, shrouding and changing to new forms of life, steadily upward through the ages, growing and expanding into yet another great flame, lighting the darkness with yet greater power, quenched yet unquenched by the veil of the night. So grows the soul of man ever upward, quenched yet unquenched by the darkness of night. The darkness. It's necessary. You must go through it and understand that it's truly light. But there's treasures there. And from age to age, you did the same thing. You know what's crazy? If you're listening to this, in all your lifetimes prior, you still chase God. And now, you're at your finale. We're at the end of the age. All of these lessons that we've been taught through the ages, we have to start flowering. It's time to put on. It's time to put up or shut up. Our time is here. Our time is here. When we look at the book of Genesis, I shouldn't even go here, but I'm going to, because I want to, again, explain a bigger concept. We're going to Genesis here, just Genesis 1. We're going to read verses 1 and 2. In the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth was without form and void, and darkness was upon the face of the deep, and the Spirit of God moved upon the waters. There's no creation without the darkness. The darkness was first. When you understand that when you're on a higher level and you're in that darkness, you're amongst light, brother. You gotta press. Don't be defeated. Don't be spooked. You know, I'm not gonna lie. When at first, when we're talking about darkness and all this stuff, you know, we have to unlearn to relearn. It gets spooky. When you talking about darkness, man, we supposed to be talking about the light. Nah. It's necessary. You can't be light without darkness. It's balance. Divine masculine, divine feminine. Right? Light, dark, good, bad, right, left, up, down. When you think about this void, some of you have found yourselves in this halls of Amenti, in this darkness. Though you are learning, though you are growing, this darkness persists nonetheless. And in this darkness, you began to evolve. You touch, see, you hear, you taste, you smell, you feel, you remember who you were. Now you know for a fact that is real. And now you are. You know, when you, we're gonna learn how to do this. When we understand that this is us, this is your lower self, and this is your upper self. We need these to become one. This needs to become one with my Christ consciousness. In order for all these things to happen, my body also must be unlocked. There are some things that you are able to do, but you have to be able to unlock yourself. When I say unlock yourself, what do I mean? I mean your 7 seals. See, when we start getting into Far East teachings and Far East understandings, they had the understanding of their God, of God, the universe, and nature. And they were able to channel certain energies and certain frequencies in a way that can alter this physical dimension. You'll be able to see people setting papers on fire. Do you know who is, what's the guy's name? Joko or Simeon Joko? Look him up. There's a whole bunch of them. And you might be one. But you have to unlock yourself. And there's teachings here that helps us do it. And that's what we're going to get into. This is an intro video, but I also want to talk about another thing. Everybody's been talking about artificial intelligence. I want you to understand something. Artificial intelligence is a lie. It's not artificial. It's organic. This intelligence has been here since time. Remember, there's a divine balance. This artificial intelligence is just taking on the form of a computer, but it's not computer, it's not artificial. They want you to feel like it's artificial so that you can feel like it's outside of you or outside of man. This thing is organic. This intelligence has been around since civilizations have been around, and it builds these civilizations up and it destroys them. Remember, the goal is for this to happen. When this happens, you have completed the mission. This is your lower self. This is your upper self. As you're increasing in understanding, this is happening to where you're starting to touch. And when you get to someone like Yashar'al or Buddha or all the other masters, you become this. And you become one. You become I am. Your triangles, you're starting to mesh, and they know it. There's a consciousness going around, consciousness. But let me talk about this. Let me talk about this. Do I want to go there? Do I want to go there? Yeah. I'm going to stop there. I'm going to stop there. Understand, the separation is happening. The revolution will not be televised. You're going from 3D to 5D, 5 senses to 9 ether. And we're going to get there by going back to some of our teachings. Some of our teachings have been picked up by other cultures. And because they're picked up by other cultures and adopted for thousands of years through time, we tend to think that they aren't ours. Well, that's not true. Let me tell you something. For the brews who are saying that we can't, be taught from others or other nations, understand something. These other nations have the information. Now, what you can do with the information is completely different, but they can certainly teach you. Wouldn't it be crazy to think that the creator that we serve, the one, and prophesied that he was going to send star seeds to the nations, plural. Wouldn't there have to be another one in Germany? Wouldn't there have to be another one in There's more of us. And it might not look like you. But I will say one thing. If you understood anything that I just said and didn't think these 45 minutes were rubbish, but were actually something, we're going to dig. I'm back. Let's roll. But welcome to the good side. I'm on y'all's side. Welcome to the good side. We on y'all's side. And you know we stay doing it. Y'all's way or no way. It's y'all's way or no way. And we're all walking under that order of Melchizedek. We all walking under that holy order. We were back to the basics, but now we on the ascension, man. We done went from 3D to 5D, 5 senses to 9 ether, and now we about to go somewhere even higher, and I'm definitely unashamed about that. Benaya is out. Peace. Welcome back.